Sunny today with cloudy periods and a high of 26 degrees. It's currently 13. I'm Kendra Hamilton. Belleville residents are fired up for the fast-approaching Pan Am and Para-Pan Am Games. Hundreds of people lined the streets last night to watch as 25 local residents relayed the Pan Am flame through the city along Dundas Street. The relay started in the Far East and ended at Zwick's Park, where a huge crowd and a host of dignitaries watched as the final torchbearer, Kenzo DeZono, ran the flame up on stage and lit the torch. MP Darryl Cramp says it was magnificent to see how many people turned up to show their support.
Oh, I'm pumped. It just is so good to see everybody out here celebrating and sharing what it is to be a Canadian. The pride, the energy, the enthusiasm. Our ancestors had it. They've transferred it through. Our people are leading the charge. Oh, man, that's exciting.
Belleville was the 34th city to host the torch relay, which has traveled coast to coast across Canada and will end in Toronto next Friday to kick off the opening of the games. A helicopter from CFB Trenton is on its way back to the base after assisting in a search and rescue mission in Borden, Ontario. CFB's Rescue Centre says they received a call from the OPP around 4 o'clock this morning requesting help in locating two men in their 50s who had failed to return from a canoe trip. They say they sent one Griffin helicopter to search the area for the missing canoeists. The two men were located by the helicopter just after 5 o'clock and police were sent to the area to pick them up. CFB Rescue Centre says the canoeists were stranded but in good condition and suffered no injuries. Meanwhile, back at the base, CFB Trenton got some good news from the federal government. The Associate Minister of National Defence, Julian Fantino, announced yesterday that the government is contributing $10 million over the next 2 years to fund 5 new projects that will improve critical infrastructure at 8 Wing. He says it will also provide an economic boost to the local community.
A lot of the work that we're speaking about, that we're funding, will be done by local enterprise. So it's a win-win-win situation all around, and so we feel good about that.
The funding will be used to construct an integrated personal support center, renovate military quarters, create an airfield drainage system, complete road work, and do other repair and replacement work at the base. A man is recovering from minor injuries after being the victim of a hit and run at a parking lot on Dundas Street East. Police say the man was struck by a vehicle around noon yesterday and say he ended up on the hood of the car before rolling off. Police say the car didn't remain at the scene and was last seen heading northbound on Herkimer Avenue. They say the car is described as a newer white Kia Sonoma. The victim suffered minor injuries and didn't require medical attention. 3 beaches at 2 local provincial parks are off limits to swimmers this weekend because of high bacteria levels. Lake Ontario Beach and Outlet Beach at Sandbanks are posted due to E. coli counts exceeding Ontario guidelines for recreational water. Warnings are also up at Presqu'île Beach and Presqu'île Provincial Park because it didn't exceed provincial recreation water quality standards. Meanwhile, all the beaches in Hastings and Prince Edward counties that were sampled by the health unit earlier this week came back with good results. And in Winnipeg, police are looking for a motive after a bomb attack at a law office. A device exploded at the office yesterday, injuring Maria Matusis, a 35-year-old family lawyer. Sources say she has lost one hand and could lose the other. Police say they're not sure Matusis was the intended target and are not viewing it as a general threat to lawyers, law firms, or the general public. Last Monday, Matusis' lawyer boyfriend was disbarred for professional misconduct. And in sports, the third-place match of the Women's World Cup goes this afternoon at Commonwealth Stadium. Both Germany and England are hoping to finish the month-long tournament on a winning note after dropping their semifinal matches. The U.S. plays defending champion Japan on Sunday in the final. R.A. Dickey will be on the mound as the Toronto Blue Jays play the Detroit Tigers in the second game of a 3-game set. Last night, Toronto started off its 10-game road swing with an 8-6 loss to the Tigers. Vasek Pospisil takes on Britain's James Ward this morning in third-round play at Wimbledon. The Vancouver native would be the lone Canadian to make it to the 4th round of the grass tournament after Milos Raonic was eliminated yesterday. And Canadian David Hearn is in contention, entering the 3rd round of the PGA's Greenbrier Classic. The Brantford, Ontario native is 8 under and 1 shot behind leaders after shooting a 6 under 64 yesterday. Tiger Woods is 5 under par, good for 26th spot. Weather is next.
Acronyms are designed to help us out, like YOLO, LOL, BRB. Well, there's a new acronym to help workers in Ontario. It's ORPP. It stands for Ontario Retirement Pension Plan, and it's here to help working Ontarians save for retirement and get a predictable annual retirement income. OMG, right? You'll be hearing more about the ORPP soon. In the meantime, visit ontario.ca/ORPP for more information. TTYL, paid for by the Government of Ontario.
Weekend weather is brought to you by Lockyer's Country Gardens, just around the roundabout in Picton, where quality grows. Sunny with cloudy periods today and a high of 26 degrees. Tomorrow will be sunny with a high again of 26 degrees. And sunny Monday with a high of 28. It's currently 13. I'm Kendra Hamilton.